Good evening, everyone, and welcome to RSCast. We're finally here with the final RSCast of this year and of this season as well. And it's your normal team, as always. I'm Savage, joined by Sir Pegasus, Kingsman, guys, and Mel in the background doing all the magic. Or, well, that's what he says. But before we get into all this stuff, Pig, Kingsman, how are you guys doing?
First of all, I want to say it's an absolute miracle that we got all three of us in a VC. I tell you what, our attendance rate
True.
is in the absolute floor this season. It was me last season. You know what? I'll put my hand up for that. I got a bit ill. I got a bit sick. Didn't miss a single one this time. Can't say the same for you, especially you, Tavish. Going out there, living your life, deciding concerts were more important than RSC. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, how dare you go on retirement for like 4 weeks and enjoy life? How dare you? You're stuck here forever. But we're back for one final time for RSC14. It's not week 14, but RSC14. It's time to wrap it up, the awards, time to celebrate the best players. Sadly, not the worst. I'd love to see that, though. I'd love to see a worst player of the season, like a W Potts. Like a worst player of the season.
Wow.
I'm sure Pegasus will get that in Challenger, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's good. Maybe something for the future.
Kingsman, we can just put you in RSC general as like the worst player with all the failures you have. So there's no issue there. But indeed, we have so much to cover here, and obviously we're gonna start with the most fun thing ever, and that's the clip of the season. Because it's gonna be running throughout the entire stream, the poll to vote for it, but I'm gonna ask Mel just to run the clips, so we already know like this is happening, and then at the end of the stream we can announce who has won clip of the season.
Stay, don't you go. You make my every cell flow, my every breath slow and go. Yeah, that's how you make me feel I'm yours. You bring me up when I hear only radio static. Play me a song on repeat. Right now, you hit me like chemicals. I doubt I'm ever gonna let you go. To come down feels like a bitter antidote. Never let go, never let go. No. Right now, hit me like chemicals. Right now, never gonna let you go. To come down like a bitter antidote. Don't you know, we all need someone to love, need someone to make it feel like home. You make me feel I'm home. You bring me up when I hear only radio static. Play me a song on repeat.
Alright, there we had all the clips that are in the contention for winning clip of the season. Go to, well, I won't say go to our Twitch, but obviously you're there. But just go to the top in the corner, vote for it, who you thought was the best one. And then at the end, we'll probably announce it. If someone forgets, then someone forgets. But in the meantime, let's finally talk about all the tiers that we had to play into playoffs for. Since, well, we know who won each tier already at this point, but we haven't recapped anything because, like Pig said in the intro, some people had life, some people were sick, some people had other stuff. So let's just dive straight into it, and starting, I think, with Prospect. Okay, that was a little bit nice, but hey, we're play-in brackets. Honestly, I think we can go through this relatively quickly, right? Unless someone, Pig or Kingsman, has something interesting to say. But I think the highlight here for the play-ins was Primordial just sweeping through. Just going 6-0 without any issue and saying, like, we're there, don't worry.
Yeah, that's all that took my eye from Prospect. I think that's a pretty insane run, to be completely honest with you. The rest of it, I would say, is probably...
Kingsman, any thoughts, or shall we just go to the playoffs?
Not really. I don't think anyone was surprised about Primordial 6-0, to be honest. Everyone knew they were a strong team going into this.
Oh, okay.
I'm not wrong. A lot of us, I think, on the desk had Primordial going through to the playoffs.
True.
I don't exactly have a number, but it was a big performance from them, nonetheless. But not really much to talk about in play-ins, as there's only, 6 matches to talk about.
Yeah, so then we go to playoffs, and there we had some interesting moments. And I think for all of us, the biggest one was Alter just running the lower bracket and pulling it through, kicking Primordial out as well. And I think it was a reverse sweep even. But also Obscurity just making it through and needed the bracket reset to eventually close it out. I think for me, the biggest things, because I wasn't playing, but I watched the entire bracket. And for me, I think it was just Livens going out dead early, and Obscurity and Newborn doing really well, and both actually ending in the top 3.
Average DSQ team.
Okay, that's so unnecessary. That's so unnecessary. They did so well this season. I'm gonna give them props. They did amazing this season since they got rid of one of these hosts from their management. That is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I have inside information that one of these hosts that has left might return in the future, so be warned.
Oh no.
So back downhill for DSQ. Bad luck if you're on DSQ next draft season, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Obscurity were your champions. They made a brilliant upper bracket run, denying Alter what would have been a magical lower bracket run. And shout out to Merits, by the way, who, for someone I've known for seasons now and has been about an average Prospect player, he really stepped up in playoffs and took it to the wire and gave Obscurity a hell of a final with his teammates. So big shout out to Alter, who got second, but ultimately Obscurity were your champions. In my opinion, it wasn't in doubt.
No, I can agree there. Obscurity was definitely a strong team, definitely to play against as well. So yeah, our Prospect champions, it's Obscurity. Now let's go to Challenger, to the tier where Pig was winning, hoping to win. I don't know what happened there, honestly. I didn't watch that conference, or that tier, but yeah, Pig, talk about play-ins.
I played for play-ins. I didn't play for playoffs. I was pretty happy with the performance that I had in play-ins. We managed to qualify. We had quite a rough stand against 20 Rook, where we almost completely choked it, to be honest. But we managed to carry on the momentum and beat Canaans. But I feel like the most interesting results were in that upper bracket. Apprentices beating Ryusians, which lots of people were predicting at the time, but it wasn't for the reasons that actually dictated that. They didn't have a full main team. They didn't have the best form at the end of the season, but you'll see how they got a lot better once it was playoffs time. And also, Kapakli sweeping Sentinels as well. I think Sentinels is a really good team, but there's something about Azteca and the Challenger tier where they always bring up an insane roster.
Yeah, indeed. Played, and there we had the 4 teams, or all 6 teams making it through to the playoffs. And Kingsman, anything interesting here? I don't know if you cast or watched any of these games.
Well, I don't want to say I was Buddha's personal hype man, but there was back and forth interaction between the series. And really incredible run from Ryujins. Shows what happens though when you sub Pegasus out in the big moments. They flop. All I'm saying, so Pegasus didn't lose a game in playoffs. That's all I've got to say.
Right.
But yeah,
it was really well.
Incredible.
Makes a change.
Incredible. Yeah, it does, to be fair. But it was an incredible run from Ryujins. Another team, by the way, that got knocked out in uppers round 1 and just walked through lower bracket. It was incredible to watch. Beating Feather as well, I think the biggest results, because a lot of people had Feather as favourites at the time. So seeing them get a double first round, I think, was a huge shock for those people. Also, big up Pardus, who made a bit of a run as well, knocking out Apprentices as well, making both upper teams at the start of the day get double out. But yeah, Ryujins made it all the way to final. Bracket reset as well onto Ryujins, and I know for a fact Buddha is still kicking himself about that one backboard miss that would have took it to game 7.
Oh, come on.
I know, he knows. He's told me about it time after time, but overall, it was Kapakli, the team that was roasted for being 0-0-6 at the start of the season, that make the absolute comeback, a generational comeback, and win the Challenger tier.
Yeah, and then we have our Challenger champions. Indeed, it is Kapakli. So that's the 2 lowest tiers done, where both of them were bracket reset. In Prospect was a little bit closer in the first one. In Challenger, teams were equal to each other, 2-4 and then a 4-2. Now let's go to Rival. Let's see what happened there. Well, we know what happened, but let's just quickly talk about it. Let's see if there are any real upsets that no one expected. Because I think the only thing here that really shocks me was Mirage making it through, and I had Uranium. I thought they had the momentum, but Caligo shut them down. I didn't have that much faith in my own team. I'm sorry, but
wow.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, right? But yeah, I don't know if you guys had anything that really shocked during the play-ins of Rival.
I thought my team would win.
Lol. Sorry, I should laugh.
We saw your predictions.
No. My predictions did say they'd win, and I'll be honest. I saw George on LAN, and I thought, oh, this man is going to cook up a storm in playoffs. He did quite the opposite, but. Anyway,
whoa, this is play-ins. We can still go to playoffs.
No. I was going to mention another thing. Whoa. No, not hating, but I was going to mention another thing that surprised me. I think Shock getting swept by 20 Robin, considering the form Shock went on at the end of the season to push up to that top 3, was really, really, I think, a shock for everyone. No pun intended. Oh my god, I've done it by accident. But it's a big shock. As well,
Pink didn't even realize it.
Get him off the mic!
As well as that, I think Vanguard's going out without even winning a game against Mirage, especially with the team they had behind them. I think they'd have at least taken it to 5, but turns out it didn't happen.
Yeah, and then we had the 6 teams that made it through to the playoffs. Let's go there. Let's see if, Pig expected Team Serene to win. Well, did they eventually win something? Well, they won one series, and they came really close to the second series. So, Pig, you should be a little bit proud of your team. They made it far. Yeah. They knocked out my team. Well, my Orcs team, but whatever. But so far, it wasn't a shock that they got eliminated by Mirage in the 3-2. Anything really surprising here? Like, this one wasn't the bracket reset. Tizok just being dominant. They ran through it.
I have to agree with what Kingsman was saying before. I thought Shock were going to get a bit further into the bracket. It wasn't quite the performance I was expecting, but it looks like they had a really close game against Mirage. But overall, I feel like 20 Robin's run was pretty crazy. I casted that grand finals, and when I tell you, it was one of the strangest grand finals I think I've ever casted. Yeah, it was very strange. There were just some games where the quality would just randomly drop, and then we'd have the most intense 5 minutes right afterwards. And well, at the end, Tizok managed to take it all the way in 7. It was really tight, but yeah, they were the deserved winners. They were insane.
Kingsman, any thoughts?
No, I've got to agree. They were a really good team from starts. I think I remember talking to Arch about Anima, who I think a lot of people overlooked, who maybe are new to RSC, but he's been a very, very solid player for a while. The fact he was in Rival and able to work with Matrix and Mauve, who are 2 brilliant players anyway, is so good, and they were absolutely brilliant in playoffs. Took it to Game 7, made it interesting. But with the first non-bracket reset champions, it was Tizok.
Yeah, and then we have 3 tiers done. Let's go to the next one, where the biggest ego players of the entire RSC are. It's Elite. Let's take a look. What happened there?
And really not holding any punches. My goodness.
No, it's the end of the season. It's the end of the year. We have to, Pig, you have to understand, it's the end of the year. You want to go into the next year with a clean conscience, so you throw everything out. That's at least how we do it. That's at least how we do it in the Netherlands. I don't know how it is over there, where outside of the EU, but at least Team Serene did well in the first rounds. The Leviathan was a little bit too strong, but I don't know if you're proud for them.
I actually am really proud of that team. They got in on the final day by beating Severance, literally in the final slot they possibly could do so to qualify. Wow. So that was already kind of a miracle that they were in planes in the first place. They showed deception levels, with all due respect, but against Leviathans, it was actually a reverse sweep denial from Leviathans.
Really?
And it was a game that was decided in the final 20 seconds. I believe we were ahead. And then Leviathans iced up literally in the final 20 seconds. It was one of the most insane series I've ever watched. It was quite a sad ending, but like I said, the fact that they were in this position in the first place and they put up a fight like that is something I'm very proud of for. So yeah, good run.
Yeah, but that win about Severance is going to get forgotten, though. No one's going to remember that in season.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't even make playoffs. Let's not hype it up here. But anyway, I'm going to talk about some of the shocks that I saw. Obviously, Leviathans, everyone expected to go through anyway. So to take it to 5 was a bit of a shock, I think. Especially considering it was a reverse sweep. Almost a brilliant run back from Shinjiru, who I got to play at some point during the season. We're a solid team. So I'm surprised they were that close to it. But I think a big shock was Carbo sweeping Severance. Don't get me wrong, Severance did play with sub, but I don't think anyone expected them to sweep that game, especially with Liam and Moggy, who are 2 very strong players. And I thought that it would have been a lot closer, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, I won't say it's the only sweep, but it's also Shinjiro sweeping Deception out of the entire tournament, and then indeed Carbo going a quick sweep over Severance. And then we had the 6 teams making it into the Elite Playoffs. Let's take a look what happened there. Because I think here we might see some more sweeps. And there you have the first one already on the screen. It's Carbo being swept out by Insanity and then losing in game 5 to Scorch. So they had a good game against Severance and they got knocked out. And Severance, they lost in the first game they played in play-ins, but they made it through till the end and won 8 games, and now they're the champions of Elite.
Crazy finals as well. Again, I was on that cast. I believe that one was alongside Rhino. If it's got a bracket reset, chances are that it was Rhino casting it. and Severance just dominated the entire 2 series. It was another very strange grand final where I frankly have not seen anything quite like that. But the storyline of Severance going all the way to the grand finals and winning it is honestly ridiculous. And how easy they made that grand final look as well. Like I said, simply nothing I've ever seen before from a lower bracket team.
What do you expect? They had Cool or Liam, as you know. He's a master champion himself. So I'll say I expected nonetheless. I told Liam winning the tier is all that he should do. It's that or nothing. And yeah, he did in pretty good style, to be honest. They started slow, but they built their way up. As also, I must give a little nod to Scorch, who sent Atlakoya home and Carbo home before getting knocked out by Severance in sweeps. A lot of sweeps around the border, though. It was Insanity swept. Insanity swept, got swept again. No 3-1s, no 3-2s. Blame the Lynx 04 mental. That was in the bin. But no, as you said, Pegasus, Severance were a different team in that final. It was incredible to watch. They were on another level. And winning 8 games while holding Darkness to 2 games, especially with how strong Darkness were, and coming off a 3-0 sweep, was really incredible. And fair play, they deserved it.
And there indeed we have our elite champions. It is Severance. And then we go to our final tier. It's Master. Let's take a look what happened there. Yippee! Woohoo! And obviously this was Kingsman's tier, so if anything went wrong with his team, if they even made it through... they made it through, okay. We can still rip on him. But yeah, Kingsman, your team sweat! I know, don't worry, I know. Okay, I know both things. I know.
My team swept, I know. Really unexpected, to be honest. I did not expect us to sweep. No, I'm kidding. That was... No, I'm not going to rip on them. They were a good team. No, they were a good team. Just we playing very well on the better. But I'll talk through some shocks. I think Sovereigns, first of all, going 6-0, beating Infinity and Volpez, who everyone expected to put up a bit more of a fight. But more about Sovereigns later. Also, Illusion, 2 Game 5s. They were so close to knocking Nox out. But it wasn't meant to be for them. And I think probably the biggest shock of all of it was Inferno. I think it was a denying the reverse sweep on Vulcan. I think everyone had it as Vulcan were going to win that. Or I certainly thought, or everyone in Master thought Vulcan were going to win that. But Inferno just turned up another heat and decided it's time to show everyone what it's about. And they made it through. So no real shocks apart from, I think, Sovereign's big day 1.
All Game 5s and sweeps as well. What a play-ins run.
Yeah, but like I said, it's only that. There's no one that's like, okay, we lose 1 and then we'll take the next 3. It was indeed one and the other. There was nothing in between. So let's take a look at the playoffs, and then obviously we're going to see something that makes Kingsman really, really happy. I already know what it is, and I'm also really happy that we didn't do this entire episode straight after Master, because then I had to look at his smug face for too long. But Dominion, they won the entire tier. They went Game 5, Game 4, Game 7. They made it through. So Kingsman, how do you feel? You're a champion.
Oh, come on.
Finally, took too long. Oh my god. No, okay. It was incredible, especially to think that our first game against Mania was a reverse sweep. By the way, we had to reverse sweep whoever said was the best team in the tier. By the way, and that it was an incredible performance from everyone on the team. That we just locked in. Games were really close, but we just got it back, and then from there. It was relatively nice, but I don't know why. We felt behind on a lot of the series because we were behind. I think the only one we weren't behind were Inferno. Because Sovereigns, I think we were 3-1 down in the grand finals. And the only one we were close was the Inferno game. But I'm going to say enough about me. I'm going to discuss the rest of the tier. Give some other people. And I said we're going to mention Sovereigns again. And look at that. A 6th place team.
Wow.
3-1, 3-1. They knocked out Leo, who came from Uppers. Knocked out the top team in Glacies in Wyverns. 3-1. Best team in Ignis, they knocked out. Third team in Glacies knocked out, and they took us to 7. And they were the strongest team by far. I don't know how they did it, but they just came up with a strategy, and it worked. And it was almost a history-making run from them. They just needed one more game in that grand finals. There's an overtime as well. Pegasus will remember.
Yeah.
He got the legendary cast. All they needed was one goal to take it to a bracket reset. But incredible.
And you couldn't
from
give
them.
it to him.
No, absolutely not. I was nervous as hell.
You had
reset
to have an ego. You had to have an ego.
I did.
Only think about yourself, not about the story. The beautiful story of Sovereigns.
I think about Dansku, man. That man's back was breaking. He'd had enough of carrying me.
I was about to say, when we were on the playing screen, Dansku put in chat, at *2, I've healed from my back pain. So, that's taken quite some time for him to recover, to be fair to him. But another shock I want to point out is we were talking about Vulcan in the playing stage. Going 0-2 in playoffs, I just did not see coming whatsoever. And also that first series, Mania versus Dominion, I got quite a lot of Kingsman cast that day. I believe there was some kind of internet issues in that game as well that you guys had to get over to pull off that reverse sweep.
Yeah,
it was a pretty mental series, and you got to the end, and that grand final was, amazing. Like I said, the story from Sovereigns was up there. The fail of the week winner trying to get his trophy finally, and what was the final call? Kingsman has found his crown, and congratulations to you. This is the only time you're going to hear me say it. Every other time, I'm going to say, well done, Dansku.
No, but shouldn't we in general just replace a couple names and just put Dansku 4 times on there, since he carried everything?
No, Llama was
Llama's
insane.
my go.
Llama was insane.
No, Llama's my go.
Okay, then we just cross Kingsman gas out, put Dansku
there. I was
insane
as well. I was insane as well. What? I make some plays, thank you.
You want to boost your own ego, mate. You're just like elite players.
Oh, no. Kill him.
No, I guarantee you. I'm not.
All right, but that is it for all the tiers. we had a quick recap for all 5 of the tiers, all 5 the eventual champions. 3 bracket resets in the end. 2 that could have gone to a bracket reset, but were closed down in Game 7. So that they were just like, we're not going to go there. We could have had a season with 5 bracket resets, but no. In the chair GM backpack. Carried by Dansku, no playoff appearance. Nice. Thanks, Mel, for the beautiful new nicknames. But yeah, I'm indeed in Char's backpack, don't worry. Yeah, he's very terrible with language, don't worry. But we're going actually straight into the next one. And that is apparently the overall prediction results. Because obviously we couldn't be left out, and we did some predictions here and there. For some miracle reason, I became second, which I didn't expect. But yeah, guys, take a look. Pig won this one with 103. I'm
carried by
second with 101. Archeon came third with 96.
And then Kingsman didn't do his predictions. What is going on? Hold on a minute.
No, this is funny, right? Because I lost in Prospect and Challenger because indeed I didn't do those 2 because I was too late with filling them out. So I think I had Mox and I don't know who the other one was. But they filled out Prospect Challenger for me. But I did Rival, Elite, and Master on my own. And look who the 2 that I won.
Right, fast.
Yeah, but look at the points. 19 and 15. Yeah, that is a...
it also explains how terrible you guys were.
I got 64 points over 2 tiers. And the rest had 24. I think Challenger, I got like 5 points total. And I think
Yeah.
rival
my
elite,
goodness.
rival elite, I basically got 0. I backed that bug. Yes, English. That Buddha win in Challenger, and he just let me down. Honestly, never letting that man do my predictions again.
You could have just, why not? You could have been nice for him, but no, you didn't want to.
No.
No, but if you want to know for sure, Kingsman, you indeed had very nice. You had 44 prospects. Oh, Andre did my prospect predictions, by the way. He did really well. You had 5 in Challenger. You had 7 in Rival.
What did this guy do?
You had 12 in Elite, and you had 20 in Master. And in Rival, you predicted that, or were you, Kingsman, that Mokiteki was going to be first, Tizok second, and Calico third.
Yeah, George.
And
George, I'm looking at you.
Basically, after playing round 2, you had no prediction rights anymore.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah,
you had nothing straight to the end. So, quickly, just, roasting you, because why not? But yeah, now, that was obviously our little prediction run that we do every season with play-ins and playoffs, because we like to also boost our egos a little bit on who has the best gas capacity for the entire tier. But now, let's go to the Fantasy League. If Mel would be so nice to put on. And there we have the final leaderboards, and Pegasus, you can do this one.
Oh, okay. Well, Fantasy top 3, it will be Stingray taking that top spot, Buddha slowly behind there, and Mox taking that 3rd place for the overall leaderboard. It's in the order of Mox, Stingray, and Jazz. And on our predictions side of this graphic, we've got Fool taking the top spot by quite some way, to be fair to him, in front of Archeon, who typically does really well in these predictions. So that's a nice feat for Fool to have there. And Matrix there sitting with that bronze, but for the overall leaderboard, look how close that is. Rox with 222 points, Avelios just 1 point behind, and Woozy Panda only 5 behind Avelios. So it was really tight for the overall predictions leaderboard. And then you can see there all the players for the individual tiers, their fantasy and their predictions. Look and see if there are any repeat names out there. Yes, Woozy Panda. I can see him for both rival and challenger predictions. Completely had that on lock. And I believe I don't see any other repeats, but congratulations to everyone who did well at those.
Yeah, there we have the final leaderboards for the Fantasy League, and now Mel has to do some prepping in the background because we forgot one very important thing during our, tier recaps, and obviously carried by Dansku, who's going to be really, really happy about this one, because we're going to talk about the RSC Cup.
Way.
And Kingsman, Kingsman, champions, yay, Kingsman, congrats.
Yeah,
I thought we would have the bracket on there. I thought we would have the bracket on here as well, but Mel is being no. I expected more, Mel.
I see Matrix in chat saying carried in this too. Yeah, Matrix, I got 2 trophies. I don't want to hear it from you. Outrageous behavior.
I don't get a trophy for this.
I
you
do.
don't
in my
get
heart.
a trophy for
in my
this.
Heart.
You don't get a trophy.
I have one delivered.
Oh
it's
my
right up there.
goodness!
It
what
is
this waffle?
I got.
I've got trophies for predictions. Are you kidding me? What is this?
Delivered.
I want to see it on screen when we get back to the casters.
Yeah, wait. Let me go get it real quick.
All right. In the meantime, you see a Might of Hades shirt in the background for carried by Dansku while he's grabbing his trophy that he won apparently. Yep. But I just think the new nickname is going to be his official nickname because the dude's been carried by Dansku in two competitions, in Master and in the Cup. Also have to mention this one, that sadly my beloved org DSQ had 3 teams in 2 semi-finals, or in 4 quarterfinals, and they didn't make it through till the end.
Oh,
I don't see anything.
Yeah, this is it.
It's a seal, nice.
Yeah.
No, but the only sad thing
There's a trophy! There's a trophy!
Wait.
Oh my goodness! There it is!
Yeah.
There it is!
Yes!
Oh, and that's from a head admin as well, so it counts.
That
you know what? I apologise. I do apologise.
Yes.
The man has his trophy.
Oh, yes.
Travis, can I point something out to you very quickly? All right.
Maybe.
First of all, your predictions were not your predictions, and your org was not your org this season. What is all this credit taking that I'm hearing during this stream? Absolutely despicable.
No, I wanted to say that...
What is going on?
That DSQ is still my org in general. Not this season in RSC, but they did terrible in the RSC Cup, because I had 3 teams that could make it to the semi-final, and all 3 teams lost. I could have boasted about DSQ being amazing with 3 teams going in there, but no, they lost every game. It was no, they didn't do it. It was Rival, Elite, and Master. All 3 teams just swept out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and my predictions, besides 2 tiers, were all my predictions. But I'm sorry, Pig. I'm sorry. Andre, Marks, thank you for carrying me in Prospect and Challenger. Now, let's go to players of the playoffs, because obviously that's very important as well. Very crucial part, while Pinchmen can kind of enjoy his new trophy being added to the names. And then, Pig, I'm going to give the first one to you.
Well, first of all, you can see that Jim Jams had an absolute blinder performance, getting both the MVP and the striker accolade. You also see two Forge players on here as well. You see Pace KDO for the finisher with 1.17 in playoffs, which is extremely impressive. But I've also noticed for the playmaker, we've actually got somewhat of a 3-way tie going on here. Buckets has ended up taking gold, Char silver, and bronze Jim Jams. Of course, I can't ignore the man, the myth, the legend, Roma on the right side of my screen for his saviour as well. Plenty of other great names on there as well. I see Char is mentioned multiple times. Silver for playmaker, bronze for saviour. And of course, Onesie taking silver for MVP and bronze for finisher. And Merritt, I don't think I didn't notice him either. He had an absolutely insane playoff run. Some of the best prospect goals I have ever seen. He was proper heating up. And of course, Simdog taking silver for striker as
well. And then we go to Challenger. Kingsman, take it away.
Well, your MVP was... Oh, God. Was Neom.
Neom!
With 408 points per game. Then somehow Team Serene got on here when I bet they were barely in playoffs. So we found out who's carrying Sir Pegasus. It was Banana with 1.17 goals per game. Good to see Kendo on there with the amount of games he played as well. Banana is also your shooter. That's pretty impressive. Best shooting percentage and most goals. So that deserves an applause from me. Akmo is your assist. We see where the partnership was between Banana and Akmo. And more... I'm not even going to try to say that. Is your saviour with 1.88 saves per game. That guy from the FT roster.
Morksy?
Yeah.
You both messed it up. Yeah, we're definitely wrong. It's definitely like some accent on RNX.
Yeah, probably. But that's indeed Challenger. Let's go to Rival Pegasus.
And well, starting off with your MVP, he's one of my own. It's, of course, GC Exile taking that top spot, Matrix sitting in silver, and Cena taking bronze. And, well, mentioned again here for the finisher is Matrix, 1.57 goals per game. GC Exile sitting in second and Shattered Fusion in third. Very close between those silver and bronze spots. And everyone above 40% shooting percentage as well for our striker accolades in the order of Tydeer, Hazard, and Matrix, who is getting mentioned absolutely everywhere, but, well, if you saw his performance, you would understand why. And for our playmaker, we've got 5 pence with 1.22, and, well, it is miles ahead of silver and bronze Drizzy with 0.8, and, of course, Champion Wonder with 0.79. And then finally, your saviour medals. It starts off with Stingray on 2.19. Someone's Be Real, I think, just went off. And Cena 97 and GCXL Sitting with a 2.0 saves per game. Oh my, no, it was definitely Kingsman.
It's not me, what?
Kingsman. Well,
definitely Kingsman. Definitely Kingsman.
I do not have that app.
That's what you say now. Wait, it's Pig, because he immediately knew it was Be Real.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it installed.
Yeah.
That's what they all say.
Excuses. Now, let's go to Elite and Kingsman. I'm giving this one to you.
I want to see the poster.
Well, Wessel is your MVP with 465 points per game, clearing Mithril and Reptic. He's MVP by 60 points per game. Kazir and Exile tie up your finisher with 1.11 goals per game. Conflict, shooting percentage, 52.94. He was your striker. Rollback Noodles was your assist per game. We can see the Kazir and Rollback Noodles partnership with 1 assist per game. And your saviour was Wessel again. We see where he was farming the points with 2.55 saves per game.
Yeah, and then we go to the final tier. And Kingsman, I want to give it to you, but I'm going to give it to Pegasus.
Wait. Now it's time for the cream of the crop. Of course, the master tier. Starting off with our MVP, we do have Tomsa Dansku. Is sitting there in silver. Spood's taking bronze for the MVP. Finisher, it is Dansku. Tomster with silver and Crisps in bronze. And I do see Crisps is mentioned again here. 4 strikers sitting in silver just behind Jaffa with the 44% shoots percentage. Dash, of course, also mentioned, just shy of 41%. Playmaker, we also see Llama with a 0.84 assist per game. 0.01 ahead of Bucket Beast, where then is quite some distance between himself and Captain Quark. Then for our saviour, we start off with Chris with 1.9, Wapti with 1.85, Jazz with 1.63. I see on this screen 2 Symbiotes players listed, and a certain Kingsman Gas not showing himself. Interesting.
Best third man in the game. Best third man in the game. I'm an enabler. I let my teammates do the work and they peak.
He's the glue, guys. He's the glue.
Yeah, exactly. Without me, they don't win that season. So, yes, exactly. No, I'm not on the bench. I was not on the bench. Whoa. Awful behavior.
It's me. Did you expect anything else? But that is it for the players of the week. Now, I don't know if Mel's ready for it, but let's go straight into Team of the Week. Well, Team of the Week, Team of the Playoffs. It's kind of similar. And, well, Kingsman, I'll give this one to you. You can talk about it.
Caught me off guard. I was eating, but
okay. Well, I'll copy
No. I got it. Do not worry. I have got it.
My goodness.
Right. Your team of the week is Merits. I already shouted him out for his amazing playoff run and very well deserved. He played an absolute flawless run and he was unlucky not to get a trophy. Buddha, the third man of that team. Everyone, again, put him in a bit of the shadows, but he is your team of the week. What a run they made. Again, unlucky not to have a trophy. Cena, he's been mentioned already in your clip of the week, or season actually, and you can see why. With performances and goals like that, he was pushing his team through. Mithril, again, a substantial player in Darkness's run to the finals. Sadly, it wasn't enough for them to do, but Mithril does take team of the week. And Tomster, the main man, the main man behind it all, the MVP for the playoffs, is your team of the week. What a performance, and he guided his Sovereign's team all the way to the final, almost making history.
Yeah, and there we have it. We had the players of the playoffs and we had the team of the playoffs. And look at that. There's still a beautiful trophy next to was he on the field? Was
he on the field?
Oh, Mel, I love you, man, for this. This is amazing. But yeah, we have now, we talked about all the tiers. We talked about the prediction, the Fantasy League, most stuff of players as well. Now, obviously, comes the most important part, and it is the seasonal top 3. Let's talk about who is the top 3 of the entire season, and who can say, like, they were better than the rest in this. And Mel, if you're ready, just put it on the screen. And then Pegasus, let's talk about prospects.
Well, starting off, we have Char for DSQ with just shy of 450 points per game, an absolutely insane stat. Closely followed by, of course, Merits and Onesie. These are, three players you'd expect to be in the top 3. They're fantastic every single season, and this one was no difference. For our finisher accolade, we've got Robbo on 1.27 goals per game, Amjad Shabib on 1.21, and Jim Drums just about behind with a 1.20. For our shooting percentage, our striker accolade, we've got Bob McTastic. I'm also going to give gold for best name I've seen so far tonight, with just shy of 43% shooting percentage. Jim Jam is sitting on 41.88, and Misty Dragon is also there with 40%. And then for our playmaker, starting off, we've got Maurice with 0.86, and a shared record there between Onesie and M8A7 with 0.81. I would have loved to see M8A7 play in the playoffs. Now, as for Saviours, a lovely caster, a lovely guy overall, of course. It is the Bear with 1.79 saves per game, followed by the robot himself, Andre, with 1.78, and Coldfire with 1.75.
Then here are your top 3 for Prospect. Now, Kingsman, let's go to Challenger.
Well, Skep is your MVP, 439 points per game, beating out Crim Killer and Silas by 5 points. Beeping Sheep is your finisher with 1.19. Crim Killer again. He's so unlucky not to have 2 awards here. And Subby is your striker. Subzan Zolt, question mark? No, I'm kidding. For legal reasons, it's not. Oh, yes, the best name of all time. It's Nyom as your playmaker with 0.88 assists per game. And it's going to be Shin taking the savior with 2.10 saves per game.
Yeah, this is the seasonal top 3 for Challenger. Now, Pig, back to you for Rival.
Starting off with our MVP, the man, the myth, the legend again, it is GC Exile with 460 points per game. Followed here by Cena with 415. And I want to say Kayali with 412. Such a hard name. I'm very sorry if I've butchered that. For our finishers, we've got Sim with 1.13 goals per game. Weekend with 1.07. And Kelly again with 1.06. He's actually farming these bronzes. He's also got one for Playmaker. But now looking at our striker, it is Weekend, who was in FA with 39% shooting percentage. Zixify following quite closely afterwards with 38.46. And closely behind is Lucas with 37.65. That was a very competitive accolade. Now for the top of our playmaker, it is Morv with 0.88 assists per game, actually equaling that of Azure Beng. Finally, on the furthest right of our screen is, of course, our saviour accolade with Snow with 2.02. Slimy being the only other player to have a 2.0 save per games or over, and Lucas sitting close behind with 1.84.
Pig, how can you not pronounce Kiel, but you can say Sixify and Esaveng? Like, where did it go wrong with you? But
I have no idea. No idea.
Same. But in the meantime, Kingsman, let's talk about Elite.
Yeah, Dote, your MVP and your finisher, 477.96 points per game. He's also your finisher, 1.32. 50 points ahead of Wessel and Evie. Evie then picking up 2 medals in that respect. Alf is your striker, 39.1% shooting. Cal D, your playmaker with 1 assist per game. And then Connor on Death Cloud Esports was your savior with 2.26 games for him, beating the old man Serenity with 1.98. And all I'm going to say is this decision to sub Dote up as MVP and finisher looked very good. Clearly didn't work for Wyvern. So shout out to my man BN.
All right, that's it for Elite. Now, Pig, let's go to the final tier. Let's go to Master.
Well, starting things off, we do see the 20R player mentioned twice. It is, of course, Riho with 520 points per game, taking gold for MVP. He's also your saviour as well with a 2.41 saves per game. Your finisher is Spoods with 1.21. Your striker is Cal with 39.81%. And your playmaker, no one quite getting to after that 1.0 assists per game. But I tell you what, Jazz was pretty close with 0.90.
And there we have the seasonal top 3 stats for all the saboteurs. Some players that, well, a lot better than some other players, and can now pat themselves on the back saying like, yeah, we're better than the rest. So congrats, take it into the next RSC season in the new year. Now, obviously, we're going more into the direction where everyone wants to be, and that is, who is the all-star of this season in each separate tier and with all the other players combined. And like Pig's Face said, it is going to be a big surprise and a mystery. Now let's dive straight into it. And you know what? I'll take one this time. I'll talk about Prospect. You guys can do the rest. And for Prospect, yeah, I'll give you guys some rest as well. I have to think about you. You have to save your voice, right? But for Prospect, for the Glaciers Conference, it's going to be C from Obscurity. It's going to be Crest from Alter. And Jim Gems from Livens. And then with Simdoc and Chilled World for the subs. And then in Ignis, it's going to be Char from Livens as well. Endrick from Hot Metal. And Customs from Newborn with Robo and Ninja Knight as the subs for those tiers. Or for those teams. And with that, we have the Prospect All-Stars. Now, Kingsman, I'm going to give it to you for Challenger.
Yes, he's back. Okay, good. Sorry. I got carried away. So, your blue team all-stars, ladies and gentlemen, it is Buddha from the Roses roster, Subby 013.2 from Ember roster, Prim Killer from Yukubo roster, and your 4th and 5th will be Mr. Squizzy and Nish for the blue team. And then your red team will be Silas from the Feather roster, Skep from the Forge roster. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's coming, and it is Neom from the Pardus roster, who is going to be your 3rd All-Star for the Ignis Conference, along with Beeping Sheep and Kendo. And in my eyes, that is a very strong red team bench.
Yeah. Now, Pig, let's go to Rival.
Yeah, might be the best thing to ever happen to RSCast.
Yeah.
But looking at our Rival All-Stars, we'll focus on the Glacies first. We've got Luke Force of Shock, GC Exile of Mokateki, and I believe that's actually a player from Ignis. It's 20 Robbins, Cena 97. Sitting on 4th and 5th is White Sea and Tydeer, some excellent players coming on that blue side. And now for the side of Ignis, we of course got Matrix from Tizok, Kiali from Ash, Sim from Caligo, and on the bench, 4th and 5th, is of course Morv and Stingray. What a selection of players.
Yeah, now Kingsman, let's go back to you for Elite.
Your Elite All-Stars lining up for Glacies. Wow, it's a ridiculously strong top 5. I'll just say that. It's Dote, Liam, and Mithril with Form and Exile on the bench. 5 sensational players, in my opinion. That is ridiculously strong. I could already give a prediction for this. But your Ignis Conference is going to be Wessel from Carbo. It's going to be Evie from Deception and Kajir from Insanity, with RMD and Charlie making your 4th and 5th spot. But wow, I think Pegasus had the same reaction. It's a ridiculously strong Glacies team.
Yeah.
Now, Pig, let's go to our final tier to master and see how many of Kingsman's teammates are on there.
Well, it's the best of the best. Of course, starting on Glacies, we've got Jazz from Wyverns, Dansku from Dominion, and Ensi from Inferno. And then on the bench, we do see Steb and Llama, who is also from Dominion. And then on the side of Ignis, we've got Hylia from Leo, Sir from Mania. We've got a Glacies transfer in the form of Wapiti from Nox. And on the bench, we have got another Glacies transfer in the form of Tomster, and also 2M right next to him. And very interesting, 2 out of 3 of the main roster of Dominion make the All-Star. Deserved.
You know, I'm nice like that, you know. I let them have All-Star, you know. I'm very considerate in that respect. I just don't stat pad.
Sure. Well, there we have
a lot of Glacies.
Okay. Yeah, that indeed, like I said, there are some trends. There are some transfers here and there.
He's been robbed. He's Ignis. He's the last Ignis man. He can't even get on the starting lineup. What does he have to do? Poor guy. No, poor guy. There's everyone around him. He should at least be allowed to get on that roster. Surely this is disgraceful behavior.
Well, go talk to the admins about it, and give them your feelings. Let's see how they respond. But those are the all-stars for all 5 tiers. Now, obviously, we're going to the next very, very important thing, and that is the players of the season and the franchise of the season. And if Mel is ready for it, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a breather as well. I'll take Prospect again. I'm staying nice tonight. But Prospect player of the season is gonna be C from Obscurity. Look at that. So many points, 26 MVPs, 72 goals, 55 assists, 103 saves. Man was definitely doing a lot of saving work and just shooting the ball forward and hoping for the best as well. So C will be your Prospect player of the season. Now, Pegasus, I give it to you for Challenger.
If we see it soon, I will give that an answer. There we go. And I feel like it won't be a surprise to a lot of people at the end of League play especially. I think we all knew it would be Silas. I mean, statistically, every single week, it was honestly insane. He was basically Team of the Week potential every single week individually. It was a generational run, to be completely honest. Of course, playoffs is a bit unfortunate, but that doesn't matter. 97 saves, 63 assists, 78 goals, 9 hat-tricks, 4 playmakers, 12 saviors. He was just a different beast. 26 MVPs as well on the side. Look at that MVP percentage compared to total games. He was just ridiculous. I wasn't even in his conference, but everyone knew about the Legend of Silas.
Wow, the Legend of Silas even. That's just going to be his new title for the next season. That's how he's going to sign up. Legend of Silas. Let's see how many people are going to respond. But now, going to Rival and Kingsman. You can take this one.
Your rival player of the season is going to be Matrix, and it's a performance. I have not really seen him, to be honest, so I don't really know what to say. But I'll read out the stats anyway. No. I mean, I haven't watched Rival. I haven't watched Rival this season. That's what I mean. So it's probably least... No, it's like my least unknown tier. So, game 62, points 25,000, 17 MVPs. That's actually a very good 17 out of 62. 64 goals, 44 assists, 73 saves, 222 shots with just under 30%. A 2 out of 3 win rate, which is really good. No wonder he won the tier. 5 hat-tricks, 4 playmakers, and 7 saviors. Your rival player of the season, ladies and gentlemen, from the Tizzat roster is Matrix, who, in this instance, isn't so garb.
Isn't so garb. Wow. Now, let's slowly go to the next one. And Pig, I'm going to give this one to you again.
And it is, of course, Liam for Elite. He had an absolutely insane season. Lots of people in chat were calling for this. I think that only goes to show how much he did deserve this. 110 saves, 44 assists, 73 goals. He's got himself 23 MVPs out of 72 games. And has even broken that 30k barrier 4 points this season. I don't think there's going to be many surprises here. Thoroughly deserved here for Liam.
Yeah, and now, Kingsman, you know where we're going. We're going to that tier, and you can probably already know which player it's going to be.
Yeah, the guy that carried me all season, obviously. Yeah, there you go. Who else would it have been, seriously? Like, he has been incredible. 32k points. We mentioned about Liam just breaking the 30k point barrier. 32k points, 21 MVPs, 77 goals, over 100 saves, 61 assists, 30% shooting, 63% win rate, 5 hat-tricks, 15 saviors. That has to be one of the best stat lines for player of the season in a while. I don't think I've seen someone do so well statistically. And yeah, he deserved it. Honestly, such a good guy and so good at Rocket League, as it shows.
True. And I totally didn't get you to cover master on purpose, just so you can, boost your fellow teammate a little bit more. But those are the players of the season. Now, obviously, all the players really wanted to know who was the best one, but we also have a lot of GMs and AGMs who put on a lot of work this season to get the best franchise, to make all these rosters, to make sure that all the players had a chance to play and make sure that everyone had a fun season. So there's also going to be a franchise of the season, and maybe with a little bit of a drum roll. Never mind. It is going to be Azteca.
No drum roll.
Simbo's roll.
I wanted to do a drum roll, but
no.
But Mel was just like, no, we're going straight there. It's going to be Azteca. It's GM Marv with Matrix and Shin as the AGMs, and just look at that beautiful win rate of 53.6%. A goal differential of 84 in the positive, 2-tier wins, 5th in the franchise position, 4 teams in the play-in playoffs, 2 on the podium, 4 teams a week, and 5 all-star players. Azteca is going to be the franchise of the season, so massive congratulations to them. Any thoughts here, Pig, Kingsman?
Oh. Well, first of all, I've got to say that I actually spoke to these guys. It's like they said it was like their first time managing. Obviously, having an insane season where they did win 2 tiers, but one of the craziest turnarounds I've ever seen came from Azteca, and of course, it was our fail of the week winners, 0-6 Azteca team that managed to turn around their entire season. On the craziest sweeping run I think I've ever seen a team do. I feel like we had a look at it, and we think it's one of the best runs that's ever been done without a loss at the end of league play. And I feel like that shows incredible management from them. So I think that storyline alone definitely boosted them up to a higher plane to win franchise season.
Kingsman, anything to add before we get to the next segment?
Yeah, very well deserved. I mean, 2-tier wins, if it is their first season, is incredible. So most people are lucky to manage 1 in their first season, but to get 2, especially from where their challenger team was after week 3, is such an achievement. Yeah. As you can see, 2 podiums, 4 team of the weeks, 5th overall franchise standings, and 5 players in All-Stars. If it is really their first season, it is one hell of a first season, and they should all be proud of themselves. And also, finally, someone's knocked Green Phoenix off their podium. Oh my goodness, it took too
long. Wow.
Stingray's not happy at this point, but yeah, congratulations, Marv. Now, we had our players of the season, we have our franchise of the season, but I just heard from a little Mel-sounding voice in the back of my head saying that we have still some special things to do. And if I heard it correctly, we have the RSCast Player of the Season coming up. So Mel, put it on
long. Yes, I won! Let's go!
And it's Kingsman Gas with too many games, about 5.0 MVPs, and negative 23 on goals. That's how many fail of the weeks he had in, this season apparently, that he just owned goal 23 times. No one knows how many assists he had, probably none. 85 saves, 9,001, that's very specific shots, but only a 1% shot. A win rate of 3%, which I find really magical. We're just gonna laugh at your hat tricks apparently. We don't know about your teammates, and you have all the figures.
Sorry. Someone in chat said 9,001 overcommits.
Oh, Leo, that's my GM. That's my GM. What the hell? What the hell? Also, the only real stat line in that, by the way, is games. None of the rest are true. I just wanted you to know that. Too many games, absolutely agreed. But it's an honor to win RSCast Player of the Season, and I think I want to Pegasus. I want you to think hard about this photo in the background. I want to see if you remember where this photo is from.
Yeah. Your Mark by 8 moment, perhaps.
It is, yes. For those of you who don't know, in grand finals. I missed a wide open net to win the easiest
Absolutely
game
grilled him
possible. Yep, you did. And Pegasus roasted me in DMs. I've never heard the end of it since. However, 23 own goals seems reasonable. Yeah, I'm just gonna cry.
Seems reasonable for you.
All
right. Dear. Well, we had our fair share. We had our laugh, but now, like, this was the RSCast player of the season, but we still have one very, very special trophy to hand out. And no, this is not a one to Kingsman to boost his ego. This one is just too special. So Mel, just please put it on the screen. It is. So we have the Neum of the season, and it's gonna be Neum from Neum and games. Well, I'm not gonna do them all, but it is Neum all around, and this has
to be every single stat line, Tavish. I want you to go through every single stat line.
One by one. Give me his respect.
One by one.
Okay, so there were new amount of games, but also a new amount of points with MVPs. You don't know, it's new, and goals it's new as well. The assist even better. New with the saves. This new was like just the brick wall in that, and he went new and all the saves. Shots 100% accuracy, but it was new. Shots percentage same 100%.
Is he even in stream? Does he know about this?
Probably not.
Tell me
the win rate, new hat tricks, playmakers,
he is.
He did it all. He was just
yes.
So okay, so we made this special award during this stream. Thank you, Mel, for doing this work in the background. We just go I indeed saw it as well. The beautiful option, Neum. If you're ready for this, we can do an interview.
Yes.
Before we close the stream down, and then we know what's going to happen. But it's up to you. Just shoot a DM to Mel, and he'll set it up. Don't worry. Mel will do this stuff in the background while we go to the next.
This on
Mel. I would, but I'm sick. Oh no.
Oh no!
That's a shame.
Well, hopefully this at least brightened your day a little bit. That you have your special award, that you were the Neum of the season.
Put in chat, hallelujah!
I really wish he'd said yes. I really wish. Oh, we could have such a good interview.
I hope so as well. This would have been amazing.
So good he's actually in chat. Oh.
What would we are?
Give us the best.
So for everyone wondering in the background, or wondering what's happening in the background, we asked Mel if it is a possibility to get a Neum interview, but we asked him and he said he said he was working on
just joined stream.
But then the moment Neum said that he was sick, we heard a hallelujah in the back of our heads. But Mel didn't want to do it in the end, so rip. Mel didn't want to do it. Sadly, Neum is sick. Otherwise, we could have done the Neum interview. Maybe we can do it during the All-Star matchup. We can probably do it during the All-Star matchup, so we just get a special Neum interview back. But now we had everything. We had our laughs. We had our fun. Now let's go and run the tape for clip of the season one more time, and then we'll reveal who the winner is.
myself out, my every breath slow and calm. Yeah, that's how you make me feel I'm yours. You bring me up when I hear only radio static. Play me a song on repeat. Right now, you hit me like chemicals. I doubt I'll ever gonna let you go. To come down feels like a bitter antidote. Never let go, never let go. No. Right now, hit me like chemicals. Right now, never gonna let you go. To come down like a bitter antidote. Never let go, never let go. Never let go, never let go. Never let go, never let go. Hey, don't you know, we all need someone to love, need someone to make it feel like home. You make me feel I'm home. You bring me up when I hear only radio static. Play me a song on repeat.
Thanks. Alright, so there we had another quick look at all those beautiful clips, and now, Mel, if you would be so kind to just, shut it down, but it's gonna be who won, who will win, I don't know. Kingsman, I'm gonna give to you. Rather have a beautiful trophy next to your name, you can probably give it to the next one.
No.
Pegasus, you can announce it.
Oh, I can announce it. Well, we've seen the winner. The scores are in. We've been waiting the entire stream, the entire season. Our highlight will be Trickster. And that was my vote. It was the one I put in. An absolutely insane goal and thoroughly deserving. But hold on a minute. Kingsman Gas is shaking his head. Kingsman, what have you got to say?
Shade RL, my goat. Bernie Mode, the winner of my heart. Bernie Mode was the winner of my heart. Anyone who clips on Shokan deserves a clip of the season. So honestly, outrageous. Choices. I did my best. Bernie Mode robbed. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, well, that's our clip of the season. But guys, we have something very special. We even have a fail of the season. And Mel, I'm just going to be really honest, just run the tape and make sure everyone put your sound on because it's very special.
Oh, alone, he comes again with the block. Kingsman bumped off this initial play, so D-Lynch has to keep it close. 15 seconds, will it end in regulation? Or will we go to golden goal? Symbiotes need this win to bring themselves back into it. Kingsman, I get it! Chris, coming from the bottom left corner, the multi-time Fail of the Week winner might have just pulled off another here in the grand finals. Should they go to lose this overtime?
Opportunities granted.
And like the face set in there shows, and he's done it again. Guessed Phil of the Week, watched Phil of the Week. But yeah, Kingsman, talk us through it. What happened?
I want the trophy. Bring it here! Bring it here! Yes! Yes! Give me that. Yeah, I've rewatched that. God knows how many times. It's awful. I made it's so much harder than it needed to be. Looking back on it, I've rewatched, as I said, loads of times. I had so much time, I didn't realize. It's just like the nerves of the scenario. I had so much time, and it's just like looking back, it was interesting. And as Pigus was casted, I got probably the only bounce, which meant a teammate couldn't follow up and score it. It bounced off the ceiling, which in itself is incredible, because if I tried to do that, I couldn't do it, like genuinely. But also, for those of you who don't know the aftermath of this game, we lost that game, which put us 3-1 down in the series. But nonetheless, my teammates and I clutched. I got the bump, which I've watched about 50 times now. To win me the tier, so it didn't matter after all of that.
Pegasus, any thoughts?
Well, you heard a lot of my thoughts in that clip before my mic absolutely died from shock. The Rocket League I saw before me, but I seem to remember in the interview talking about that shot. This guy was filled with so many excuses. It's honestly insane. This is the first time I've heard him admit that, like, he possibly did the worst thing you could do, and he was like, "Oh, guys, it was a hard shot. It was a hard shot." And I hear him say now that he had plenty of time. I'm happy he's gone back and watched it, because my goodness, could have been done so much quicker. But I tell you what, it made fantastic content, and a Game 7 finish in overtime you got as a trade for it. So you know what, fantastic. I've now casted a clip of the season and a fail of the season. So I've got you to thank for that, Kingsman.
Happy to help.
So now we go to the next part, which is very important. Maybe not for the players, maybe not for the GMs and AGMs, but it's very important for everyone that made it possible that RSC is still here, and that we're continuously throwing the content out every week and giving you a place to really showcase your skills. It's going to be the staff awards, and I think for this one we're just gonna go through order. Pig, you can do the first one, I'll take the second one, Kingsman does the third one, and we just go into the order, just to quickly run through it. So, Mel, put it on the screen, and Pig, take it away.
First of all, our first staff award is, of course, Brady for Moderator Staff MVP, helping to, clean up our chats and keep our Discord a very safe place. So thank you very much to Brady for your efforts this season. I know with the moderation team and certain announcements that came out recently, Brady was doing a lot of work. I will say that.
Yeah, congrats, Brady. And if you don't know who Brady is, you might know him as Cheerios. But then our next one, Neuronix for the events staff MVP. All the fun little events have been going on throughout the season. All Neuronix work. So thanks, Neuronix, for putting in all the effort. And you definitely deserve the MVP.
Okay, chat, if you heard me laughing, by the way, I've thought of a brilliant idea. Imagine stats under all of these. So, like, for Brady, people banned, 5. 17. Tickets taken care of by himself, 75. Time spent in tickets, 5 hours, 57 minutes. Imagine that. Amount of work done, 74%. Time he's got the rules wrong, 19%. Oh, could you imagine? That'd be brilliant. Sorry, I've got very off track. Your media MVP, making sure our graphics are always up to date on the socials. It is Masters, your RSC14 media MVP.
And moving on to your social media staff MVP, it's the man, the myth, the legend, and of course the owner. It's Archeon for your social media staff MVP. And I just want to use this moment to say, also MVP of weight loss. If you've seen his Twitter, it's honestly insane. So please, if you haven't had the chance yet to just big up Archeon and give him some congratulations and some props for that, please do. Absolutely insane. Very proud of him.
Agreed.
And to add to that one as well, MVP of having really nice tattoos done in the past year, because he had his entire sleeve redone. Looks really sick as well.
Oh boy.
The man is just peaking in life right now. doing everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, on to the next one. Our player admin staff MVP. It is going to be Conflict, like the image beautifully said. The man has been doing so much. Admin for just being the admin for the players and running everything for that as well. So congratulations, Conflict, being the player admin staff MVP.
Pinchmen, wakey wakey.
It's not me. What do you mean?
What?
It
is. Not you?
Oh, it is.
It's you. Oh my goodness! You got me so scared there. That would have been so embarrassing.
I just hate mocks, honestly. Oh, dear.
We know.
He's not in chat. He's not in chat, so it's fine.
Congratulations.
Anyway, your match admin staff MVP, making sure all the games are uploaded correctly and sorting out the stats is, in fact, Mox.
Moving on to your mini games, your staff MVP is Shattered Fusion. Congratulations to Shattered Fusion for being our mini game staff MVP. Keeping RSC fun, getting some extra activities in there, and well, we appreciate all of his efforts.
Now on to the next one. Caster staff MVP. It is going to be Hodge. The man has been doing so many casts this season. I think if you haven't seen him this season cast anything, you haven't been watching RSC. That's the easiest way to explain this. He's been, I think, almost every night here doing at least one cast. I think he did most of the playoffs as well. Did some grand finals as well throughout. Did the Landemodium event as well. Had a lot of experience gained this season. So Hodge, congratulations, you're the casters MVP.
Your broadcaster staff MVP is Kendo and Stingray. Stingray has finally won something off the pitch. He seems to win all the stuff on the pitch. He's now won your broadcaster staff MVP, and Kendo picks up his second win of the season with another MVP. He picks up a trophy, obviously, for Challenger tier. But yeah, these two carried broadcasting this season, the main two behind it, and yeah, without them, the streams wouldn't have gone on. So, and we wouldn't have seen Hodge's caster MVP. So good for them. And every week filling out the forms that I say to them, oh yeah, I will fill out, and then I don't.
Same.
And your development staff MVP is, of course, Reptic. And well, we've seen how much the bots in general have just improved in the server, and of course, the PP web app, which is on its way to completely change the direction of how we deal with RSC. Of course, we thank him so much for his efforts yet again, and well, I don't think there was much doubt in anyone's mind. Thoroughly deserved.
And then here we are again. Most improved staff. Obviously, this is the award that goes for the person that grew the most in their respective role within RSC. And we're just going from 3 to 1. Shattered Fusion in third, Hodge in second, and Reptic, like Pig said, he's been doing so much work on the bots, making sure that improve, revamping the entire system that we have, and just look at that dead stare of him. You cannot ignore that. He is indeed the most improved staff within RSC.
And there you go. That is the wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. It will be Reptic taking 2 awards, and Shattered Fusion back where he belongs in third place. He'll agree with me in that perspective. I'm kidding. Shattered. And yeah, Hodge second place. I've done some casts with him. I did his first RSC cast was with me. And his improvement, seriously, it's been incredible. He has grown so much from someone who knew very little about the game, came over from Apex Legends to cast this. He has been an incredible improvement, an incredible talent. And we're lucky at RSC to have him, especially with the amount of casts he does as well. Alongside Sir Pegasus, those two take the desk a lot of the time, and you've got to give him a shout out.
Don't forget Rhino.
That's be Hodge. That's be Hodge, of course. Yeah, Rhino as well. We've honestly got such a great team. Hodge and Rhino coming in. is honestly amazing. And GM's also taken quite a lot of slots this season, but for me personally, the right person got it. It had to be Hodge. Even in ERS, he was so consistent, where a few of us that are more active in RSC were not as much. Just all year round, incredible. Great person as well. If you haven't had the chance, please get in a VC with Hodge. He is lovely.
And there we have the RSC Season 14 Staff MVP Awards. Again, massive congratulations to all of them who grew, worked, just basically did so much for RSC this past season. And now cannot count, apparently has 2 trophies. I have no trophy, and indeed I am sad about it. I would love to have a trophy to my name. And then we have a very sus pick that's doing Be Real. Well, just he has to focus on the stream, but he's making Be Reals in the background. Like, why? But now we're slowly going to the end of the stream. And, well, before we go into all the details that will be mentioned in a little bit, Kingsman pick, any final thoughts?
What a season. Honestly, what a season. The playoffs, I think, were fantastic. So many lower bracket runs. I feel like it was the season of the lower bracket run into the grand finals with varying levels of success. But overall, the storylines that created, which, again, shout out to the likes of, Hodge, Rhino, GM, all these casters were able to deliver those storylines really well as well. And thanks for the streamers for allowing us to, have that platform as well to get that out there. But overall, it's been It's been an incredible.
Why are we giving him more trophies?
Oh, I think it's for you.
No. We're finally giving Tavish finally something to celebrate.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
whoa!
Let's
Why
go!
Let's go! Wow. Hey.
But yeah, love RSCast, love RSC. It feels like every single season at the moment has been pretty era defining because we just keep on making huge moves. This next one is, of course, going to be the swallow up of ERS into RSC season.
Yeah,
and I'm very excited to see how that unfolds. Also, web apps as well is coming underway, and I hope you'll all be there for that. But I'm sure Tavish has some announcements about that later.
Oh, finally, so Biggs just lets me share my final thoughts. Oh my god, he took his time. To be fair, he basically covered everything I was going to cover. But yeah, no, as I said, incredible lower bracket run from some of these teams. A lot more than usual. Normally you get 1 per season and can really appreciate it. I think this season we had 4. The only one we didn't have one in was Rival, which is...
True.
We were so lucky for this season. But I've been told I've got to give some shout-outs to some people. Apparently I've got to shout Asterix and Liam out for letting me play main roster this season and not forcing me to the bench, but I've got one shout out Crisps for coaching me this season to miss all the open nets. I learned from the best, clearly. I'm kidding. But no, yeah, this season was brilliant. And now, I say it doesn't feel too long till RSC is back with the new format, but it's I think it starts in like February sort of time. So it's a long way away. I think the yearly schedule was posted in the server if you do want to have a look. So, I mean, in the meantime, people, get your peaks up, ready for the next. If you want to go into the next tier or prove you can be the next Dansku, then push your...
I think that's very difficult.
No, yeah, it is very difficult. That's what I'm saying. You've got to push now if you want to be the next Dansku. So it'll be very exciting to see when RSC comes back, but we've still got a tiny bit more here, haven't we, Tavish?
Yeah, we do. And obviously, before we get into it, before we get into all the official information that comes after this, I think the most important part first is just a massive thank you to the sponsors that made this season possible. Brave Esports, Systema, Solaris, the Pinchmen, and Team Serene. They chipped in this season for making the prize pool, but also just helping in general, making this one of the best seasons we had so far. Like Kingsman said, we had so many lower bracket runs. We had a lot of great events, a lot of great people joining us well, and obviously Bad is still assisting us with everything that we do. So massive shout out to them. Hopefully we can keep some of them as the sponsors for next season. Maybe we'll get some great new sponsors who we'll see. But like the title says, RSCast, we love you all. We love everyone in the community as well that joins in to compete in this season every year and just keeps on returning, because there's so many faces that have been here for so long, and we've lost some along the way, but there've been just so many people returning every season. They're like, oh, last season they were amazing, and this season they're even better. But now, obviously, the stuff you guys want to hear is for the next season. Because indeed, like Pig said a little bit earlier, ERS doesn't exist anymore, because it's now part of RSC. And for the next season coming up, it is going to be RSC Season 15 Legacy. And the sign-ups for the players are already open. The franchise applications are also open. You have to use the bot command for this one, though. So go to the RSC channel in the announcements where all the information is with the bot commands, what you need to fill in, and how you can get your franchise in there. The admin application have been closed and are now being reviewed, so soon there will be more information on that, on who the new administrators will be. Sadly, also some bad, I don't know if it's bad news, but some sad news. The moderation team was disbanded, so Brady, or Cheerios, or call it Brady, or however you want to be called, however you know him. Congrats, you won the trophy, but it was also the last time. Now the admins will be supported by the staff to do all the moderation work. And if you have any feedback regarding this season, maybe you didn't think it was the best season at all, we're going to disagree with you, don't worry. But if you think something could have gone better, the feedback form is still open till the 22nd. So you have some time to give some recommendations, what you would like to have in there, or what you think maybe you can do this a little bit better, or include this in the next season, because we've been doing this for so long. There might be stuff that we're missing. But yeah, I think there's one more thing to show here. And Mel, if you're ready, just roll the tape. Yes,
he hasn't even rolled the tape. He hasn't even rolled
that exact thing that's in the title.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would get the clue. But
so these two other people didn't go to RSC Landemonium 2. I tried to convince Sir Pegasus so much, and he still didn't go down. He missed an amazing Landemonium. But yeah, it has been concluded now. It is done. And yeah, the after movie is now made. And shout out to, I believe, Simdog, who has made this. I might be wrong. So anyone in chat or anyone who knows that wants to correct me on that, please do. But he has spent so long putting this together. So I'm going to take Tavish's magic touch for once. And I'm going to say, Mal, roll the clip.
to get the beat. The net's wide open for Templar. They take a fourth.
Than anything is for their other two players to step up like they're doing right now.
Yes, as Rhino mentioned, Alls, Fox has control this. He gets a fake. Surely, is it in? It's in.
Up by Revdick and sent downfield by the rest of Team Serene, who set things up. Two are not.
He hears. Swanley gets a touch past. It's just going to power through. Cairo doesn't manage to get the save. He touched the opposite nose and it'll just.
Oh, already on the scoreboard, and you love to see it from the German.
The Rashford celebration coming through. Been using his brain all day. Can't reach that, and Ryan, that's pushed onto net. 385, MS comes in.
Series, they might just push on now, and Rev looks for a second, he's not going to find it, and it's going to be Kevin, 385 MS, who does find
game, will be hunting for yet another honour to add to his record, and I tell you what, that isn't half bad to do it.
What comes Aaron onto the backboard? Is someone going to be there to follow? Aaron's there to follow his own shot. This one is going to end up in the back of the net.
Of this still being thrown away, Aaron with a crucial play. His teammate bumped off the play, and Aaron there at the right.
What? Go! Phoenix has slotted it in to make it 2-1 after a bit of an awkward moment.
Alpha surges. Phoenix is reborn, manages to find the goal in the middle of the pitch there. Daramas, can you see the same? Because right now, Phoenix has just put
full tanker boost, gets a 50 morph back to Naish. Naish with a shot and beeping sheep. He makes 40 seconds left to go, but the counter attack is on. Naish has this one. It's dropped down. Beeping sheep. Gallivant goat 2-1.
A chance for this game 3.
Well, during that view of the stadium, we've had an opening goal. Chris managed to find the net. Ryan again. Onto the ball, on towards the backboard, great pinch clearance, that could be flying in. Head's got it away.
Rabbit.
No, it has. Yes, it has. I thought
at all. See that you conserve all the boost you got as the ball gets boomed to the sidewall. Crisp can't. I would love to know what's happened, but Avocado has put it. Oh, commit! And Avocado.
Avocado scores. Alpha Surge with an immediate comeback. Ball pops mid. Who's on the end of that one? Is Datho slammed into the top right corner. Top left corner even. Cairo managing to get the touch. Up it goes. This could be a third. It is going to be a third. And Datho puts Alpha Surge.
Eventually send his team through to the next round.
Well, that would be a magical story there for Illusory, the MVP of do that, leading the charge in the series earlier on, and now getting Illusory off to a play, able to get their team hat-trick, I guess you could say, and Legend Mania
running out of composure as it comes across the face of goal once more, and Rahu is there to find his hat-trick and put protected by Terry, and the Illusory rotations are cut to a tier as Rahu finds another one on goal and finds the fourth for a
round. And Illusory, well, talk about momentum, 6 goals, I think that's pretty good.
At the end of this one, it's floating awkwardly, and there's the second goal for Alpha Surge, and they are making a
open net, surely it's going to go in here, and it does go in. It's getting clipped on, but there could have been a goal, and there's a goal for Duck. There's a goal for Duck.
It's a triple commit.
Playing very, very tense Rocket League. The net's wide open. No, there you go. There's our first goal.
And he gets a flip reset. He gets a fake on Alls, and it nearly works. Nish as more scores.
Intercepted by Alls. Who's that up? Is that Eddie up? Go for a double tap. Doesn't quite get the touch on it. The net's open. Not again. Not again.
situation, but it's for Pinchmen. Let's try and score a second. Mox, it's so simple for Mox. Are shutting it down instantly. They turn it into a counter. They turn it into a goal. Mox.
I just want to say that Might of Hades, you have to remember that it wasn't on stream, but I saw it live.
Fantastic with that. This is not going to phase him at all. Being, well, 3 goals down.
Really can touch, does find it too. Is there anyone to follow up? Oh, what a fake! He's going to go for the top shelf.
What Templar?
Who scored?
They started off. Let's take a look at this in in more Rocket League point of view.
Yeah.
There we go. Finish report.
Oh, 4 Templar should be 2 goals to the good, and they just can't find it. That, if anything, is huge momentum builder for Might of Hades. Unless this one finds its way in at the back post, it's Marks to find the bottom right-hand corner.
It's been quite quiet this series, but Ryan has started to make
this into the midfield. Is there a shot on? There is, but it's immediately deflected.
Hang on.
And that's into a fantastic bump.
Look that way unless there's something to be said here. Chance, Ryan. There's a chance for Kevin.
Let's go, Might of Hades. We're going all the way.
Oh, maybe not if Oz keeps.
Oh my god, that's what the game was. As Fort Templar, we sound disappointed, honestly. And Might of Hades haven't got a goal on the scoreboard for this game. It looks like it's going to be goal number 3 for Templar. He is up on this one. Rev gets a shot on, but all 3 of them are in net. Hold on a minute. Get in to Ryan, and there you go. It is 4-4.
Oh my goodness.
Up, keep the chance alive. Drop down. Right, Might of Hades. They come close in all 3 games, but Fort Templar are on top of the world and Landemonium champions.
Alright, guys, it's here. It's the final moment of the stream. It is the end. We've just had everything. We talked about all the tiers, we talked about all the awards. We thanked the sponsors. We announced everything for the next season that you want to know. And obviously, if you just keep in mind, the registration for our RSC14 Legacy is open. So if you want to play another season, go for it. We would love to see you return. We had our Landemonium 2 after movie. We are now all praying with the trophy next to our name. I think the final thing here is to say goodbye. I don't know if my praying brother Pegasus or my praying brother Kingsman has any final things they want to say, or if we're just gonna do a salute and say goodbye.
RSC14, it was an absolute pleasure. See you in Legacy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it as short and sweet as well. The season got me a trophy. It will never be forgotten. But off with the old and let's bring on the new, which RSC Legacy even sounds good enough at the minute. So let's bring it on and let's keep pushing let's keep pushing expectations even further than before.
Alright, everyone. It was a pleasure to be your host for RSC14, together with Pegasus and Kingsman and Mel in the background. And a little shout out to Daddy Boy for covering my absence the times that I wasn't here. But like I said, it was a pleasure, and we'll see you in RSC Legacy.